Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. And as your wise man, I'm here to bestow upon you the wisdom that you're listening to Punks Talk Wrestling.
1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome to Punks Talk Wrestling. On this episode, we have new champions, new rivalries, and more new champions as we talk about everything that's happened at this year's SummerSlam. I am R.W. Hellborn, the PA Rock Prince, hailing quote-unquote from Philly. And I am one half of the Crown, which is one half of your Punks Talk Wrestling Inter-Universal Tag Team Podcast Champion House of the World. Now, then, and forever by my side, 3,500 miles away in London, England, he is my tag team podcast partner. He is the other half of the Crown, which is the other half of your Punks Talk Wrestling Inter-Universal Tag Team Podcast Champion of the World, Mr. Did You Know, Sir King of Reels, the proper prick, C.J. Newman!
Did you know that over Brock Lesnar's entire career, which includes house shows, dark matches, TV tapings, pay-per-views across all of WWE, OVW, and New Japan Pro Wrestling, and IGF, don't know what that is, he has had 445 professional wrestling matches. Out of those, he has won.
I thought you were going to say. I was going to say name all of them in one.
Name all of them. 1 minute, go. He has won 318. He's lost 118, and he's drawn 9 of them. And if you're wondering, because I wondered,
pencil or like ink?
What's that? Huh?
Did he draw 9 of those matches in pencil or like marker?
I think charcoal. He's quite the
Crayon.
artist. Crayon.
He's a charcoal.
He
is.
And because I wondered, I looked it up, and since his return in 2012, he has wrestled 85 matches. So only 85 out of the 445 matches were post 2012. So that shows you how much of a marquee, like, big attraction he was for the last 15 or so years.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
He was, only big events. So, and also, if you were wondering, the most matches he had in 1 year post 2012 was 2017, where he had 14 matches.
Jesus, what was he doing in 2017?
I know, we'd have to look that up. He had no matches in 2024, and the least matches apart from that was in 2021, where he had 1 match. So there you go.
Was that against John Cena?
2021. That's a good question. Let me find out. Let's have a look. Roman Reigns.
There we go.
Crown Jewel for the Universal Championship, where Roman Reigns defeated Brock Lesnar. Obviously, this is during his crazy reign.
Yes. The one that should have been. The one that should have gone. Yeah, the one that should have gone. 1,800 days, 2,000 days.
Yeah, should have still been going.
1,500. Yeah, really. 1,500. No, 1,500 was. It should have been 1,500.
No, but we had to finish the story already. Honestly,
we could have finished the story at Wrestle. They could have just not had WrestleMania that year and just let it go for. Have WrestleMania.
No, we definitely
41.
needed WrestleMania that year. I had tickets. I didn't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Well.
we needed that. But hey, we're not talking about WrestleMania. It's
No, we're not.
summertime. We're talking about hot WrestleMania. We're talking about SummerSlam of the year 2026, which is this year, which is this past Sunday and Saturday, for that matter.
That's right.
So
2 days.
how's about we talk about SummerSlam?
SummerSlam. I said
SummerSlam.
a SummerSlam. Slumber Sam.
Slumber Slam. I don't know.
What the fuck is wrong with us?
How's that we talk about that, though, huh? How about we did that?
Yeah. Hit record, and we're gonna just hope this works.
There we go.
All right. Yeah, it's picking it up. So.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I thought I was, and I was completely not actually ready to go. Still got to pull up Wikipedia. All right. Now I'm actually ready. Oh wait. Oh, hold on, one more second.
So many
Got
false
it
starts.
right. All right, here we go.
There we
There we go.
That's better.
There's our generic lime seltzer from Giant, and our icebreakers, ice cubes, spearmint gum.
Now we're ready to go.
Now we're actually ready to go here.
Now we're fucking ready.
All right, SummerSlam 2026.
Yeah. What did you think before we get into the mix of it here? What did you what was your vibe?
The vibe was awesome. Yeah, this was a fantastic SummerSlam. This is one of the best SummerSlams of memory.
Yeah,
I'd
agree.
say.
Yeah, I this after the card was said and done, I kind of looked back on it. It was like shit. It was very, very WrestleMania like. It had that vibe to it this year.
It certainly picked it up and made it made sure that it was distinctly in second place.
Yeah, 100%.
To WrestleMania,
like,
as in like, yeah, this is our number for those that don't know, this is our number 2 pay-per-view.
Yeah,
Even
and I think if
pay-per-views.
they've obviously been trying to make that a thing for a few years now, and I feel like this year they definitely made that a thing. Like it feels like a thing. So I would definitely say, this is summertime WrestleMania.
Exactly. Hot, as Simon Miller calls it, hot WrestleMania.
Right, there you go. Yeah.
Let's go through the details. Tell us about where it was and when it was. And
we were in I hate this word. Minneapolis.
Yep.
There we go.
That's right. Yeah,
I always want to add some more letters in there, you know, I don't know, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Yeah.
At the
Min-min.
U.S. Bank
Stadium. as they call it locally, Min-min.
Min-min. Okay, cool, nice, good to know.
Nobody calls it that, but we're gonna make it start. We're gonna make them start calling it Min-min.
U.S. Bank Stadium.
So dumb.
Night 1, 36,683. Night 2, 33,086. With a combined attendance of 69,769. Loads of 69s.
69, nice.
Nice.
That's surprising. Nice. It's surprising that night 2 had less attendance than night 1, but
I know.
But why would that be?
Well, there's a couple of things going into this event. That there was a lot of, I don't know if Minneapolis was a great choice for a WrestleMania in a stadium. I don't think it could have been like. I just feel like there was a lot of reports coming out from before the show that they were struggling to move the tickets. I think it's a place that, you know, I feel like if there's going to be a big show like SummerSlam or WrestleMania, it needs to be in a city that's worthwhile people traveling to. So that means you can also go see WrestleMania, but you're also in a city that's like well known. So like New York, Philly, LA, something that you can also go visit as well. And I don't think Minneapolis has that.
Well, and I will, thinking about it now, it may also be because Brock Lesnar Obafemi was the main event of night one, and Minneapolis, where he's from, like there might have been more people legitimately there to see Brock versus Oba.
Yeah,
than they were there. Than they wanted to see Seth versus Roman. So that actually isn't too surprising. But also, I can understand that what your points brought up are also true. Minneapolis is not really known as a destination city, in the way that Chicago or Atlanta or Miami or New Orleans, a lot of these other, there's
and while there's a lot of famous wrestlers from Minnesota or Minneapolis, I don't.
What else are you gonna do up there?
Yeah, but I feel like there's also like it's not known for it's not known to be a wrestling crowd like Chicago or New York or Philly is known to be, or so therefore
because it's hockey, it's all hockey up there.
I just wouldn't. Yeah, I think maybe not the best location. I think obviously a lot of people will just shit on it and poo-poo it and say it's because of the booking, because of the writing, and yada yada yada, and it's just like I don't buy it.
No, I mean, hey man, I don't know about you. I think those numbers are still pretty fucking great. Like
those numbers are still damn impressive. The stadium, you know what's crazy actually, because I did notice that throughout the two nights that the camera work, they were really trying to avoid showing the hard cam side behind the camera. But there were a few moments where they did show that, like for CM Punk's entrance when he came out. And I'm like, there's plenty of people on that side of the stadium. I don't know why you're trying to hide it so bad. Like, yes, there are less, but you don't have to hide it. Like, you don't have to intentionally keep it off screen. Like, it's actually not as bad as you think.
But it gives the IWC things to talk about.
Well,
so,
true.
All right. Anything notable about the US Bank Stadium that
US Bank Stadium? I don't think so. As far as I know, this is the first WWE event inside the US Bank Stadium. It's only opened in 2016, so it's only been there for 10 years. So I don't know. As far as professional wrestling goes, it doesn't really have a history, as far as I can see. Yeah, that's the only event to be held, there. But a lot of musicians have played there. Metallica, AC/DC, Bruno Mars, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Rammstein.
It is a place. For music, it's I think it actually is kind of a place for like festivals,
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. Yeah, it's it's a new stadium. It doesn't have a lot of history because
there you go.
Yeah, there we go. I guess we'll start with night one. Yeah, night one. We've got on the English commentators on the English commentators. In the English commentary, on the English commentary.
There we go.
On the English commentary, Michael Cole and Wade Barrett. On the Spanish commentary, Marcelo Rodriguez and Jerry Soto. We've got ring announcer Alicia Taylor. Yeah, did I say that wrong?
You can do it.
Ring announcer Alicia Taylor.
Wow. Taylor.
It's like you and Motion City Machine Guns. Ring announcer Alicia Taylor. Referees Adrian Butler.
Are you okay? You having a stroke over there? What's going on?
We're off to a great start here. Referees Adrian Butler, Jessica Carr, Dan Angler, Daphne Lee Sean, Chad Patton, and Charles Robinson. It's been a while, man. It's been a while. I mean, it's been a while since we've done this. Interviews by Kathy Kelly, Byron Saxton, and Jackie Redmond, and a pre-show panel that nobody watched from Joe Tessitore, Big E, Corey Graves, and Peter Rosenberg.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I got that.
There we go.
So
night
start off.
Kicked off, with Liv Morgan and Io Sky. For the
with
Women's
Liv
World
Morgan
Championship.
defeating Io Sky.
That's right.
Via pinfall.
Yeah. That was. I was surprised. Very surprised.
You were. Yes, you're right. Yeah, I was right, and you were surprised on that one.
That's right. Really good match. I think it was a good match to open the night with.
Second longest match of the night.
Yeah, for real. I also like where this has led with on Raw last night as well with or the other night I should say, with the return of Becky Lynch now and the return of Stephanie Vaquer. Like, this is going places.
Dude, that they went from a warming plate to just straight up into the fire with that. Like that escalated extremely fast.
Yeah, for real. It was great.
And that's going to be great. But what's also going to be great is they're already sowing the seeds that Becky and Stephanie are going to be fighting for that spot, which means they're going to be busy fighting each other still just to get to Liv.
Exactly.
Love it.
And I really like the fact that as well, like that was, I think Liv has only defended her championship like once in like 100 and odd days. And I think that might have been a happy accident. It could have been a completely intentional thing, but either way, they're making a story out of it regardless. So
absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think that's a smart thing to do. So even if that was unintentional,
they're giving her the Roman Reigns kind of treatment.
Yeah. Even if it was unintentional, they were like, "Oh shit, well, we've had Liv in some matches, but we actually haven't defended our championship in a while. Fuck it, let's make a story out of that."
That's the beauty of it. They can turn anything into a story.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which is the
beauty
of professional wrestling, basically.
Yeah, fantastic match overall.
Yeah, fun match.
Like we said, Liv Morgan defeats Io Sky via pinfall. So far, I'm off to a fantastic start. Starting SummerSlam in a fantastic manner, just like ending the first Punks Talk Wrestling official fantasy draft year one.
Yeah,
let's just take one moment for that. Yeah, we'll probably mention it again when we do the intro later, but I'm just gonna bring it up now. You're looking at the winner by literally 1 point.
A singular point. And literally between, like, me and Dan had the same amount of points too. I cannot believe after a year of points, whole year of gaining points, that we were 1 point apart. That is just insane.
I was third place. I was never in the lead. I don't think I was even ever
You never led until right at the... You never once were in the lead.
I fucking Chelsea greened. I Chelsea greened that entire year of fantasy.
You really did.
Fantasy league.
Yeah. Fucking brilliant. Loved it.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, I might as well. I might as well just claim it live on air right now. My first. I think I'm going to take my very first pick, and I think I gotta take the returning Big Cass.
Oh shit. Okay, fair enough.
Right? Like, I'm gonna swing for the fences. Right? There's no reason to bring him back if he's gonna lose right away.
Yeah, fair. Okay, I hear that. I'll add that to the list.
I'm gonna start
off.
It's crazy,
with that. Isn't it crazy that when we did the draft last year, like, there's not a way that either three of us would have gone like and thought Big Cass would be the first pick for the year after.
No, not at all. But after Monday Night Raw and the way he debuted, that was also fantastic. Like,
I got that.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm looking forward to him like shutting up his naysayers, because I think a lot of people have been like, he will be nothing without Enzo, and I'm like, I really want him to prove people wrong. Like
I want him to prove me wrong. Yeah, I really am. I'm looking forward to him proving me surprised.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, there you go. Calling it right now. Big Cass is the number one
pick
of the 2026 Punks Talk Wrestling official triple threat fantasy draft.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have to say. Well, me and Dan had the same amount of points, so we're gonna have to figure out who the fuck goes first out of us.
Yeah.
Next up on the card, we had LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Royce Keys defeating the Bloodline, Jacob Fatu and Jimmy and Jey Uso. I thought this would be a fun match, and it was a fucking fun match. 11 minutes.
Oh, absolutely.
But, like, they brought it. Solo Sikoa is a fucking... I'm so glad that, like, he's really getting to expose his... what basically seems like his real personality on screen now. For years, people at backstage have been saying that he's like the funniest guy in the roster. So let him be that.
Yeah, exactly. Let him turn his authentic self up to 120.
Yeah, exactly.
This is great. It's also fantastic that I'm if I'm not mistaken, is Royce Keys actually on SmackDown or is Royce Keys on Raw?
Royce Keys is on. Well, he's on SmackDown, yeah.
Oh, he is on SmackDown. Okay, so Sola but LA Knight is on Raw.
LA Knight is on Raw. Solo and Royce are
Solo's
on SmackDown.
Royce on SmackDown.
And the Bloodline
Jacob's
are
on SmackDown. But Jacob, I think, is still
but this is here's the deal. Like, let's face it. Like, the draft is fun, and it does. There are some. Basically, the draft, it makes sense when they want it to make sense, and then when they're
it does.
Like, it's like a ladder match. People climb the ladder at the speed of plot. It's kind of the same thing. So it's just like the draft is a thing when we want it to be, and fuck it otherwise. And I'm not going to cry and lose sleep over it. Like, if it just makes storyline sense, then let anyone be in any fucking show they want to be. And when it makes storyline sense, be like, you're not meant to be here. You're meant to be on SmackDown. Get back to your show. Like, fuck it, whatever. I really don't care enough about it.
No, so. Yeah, I none of that bothers me. I mean, one, I completely understand both the reasoning of having individual wrestlers kind of, on a specific show regularly.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, because
that's who's their boss. Yeah. Like you're basically just you're one company, two departments is really what it is.
Exactly.
And that when you look at it from a corporate structure, it's not as confusing at all, because in lots of corporate structures, people from another organization will oftentimes go over to a different department for a specific purpose.
Yeah,
and it's literally called a special assignment, and that is and actually, I'm pretty sure that is exactly what Roman Reigns called it when he said he had sent Jacob Fatu on a special assignment.
Well, one thing I will say, and one thing I've noticed with this
it
whole
is 100% corporate
people going on other shows, is most of the time it's the Bloodline. That's the only people that ever. And honestly,
it was sometimes Judgment Day
and because I've got a creative brain, and I don't have to need WWE to spell out every little fucking minute detail to me. In my brain, I can go, cool. Well then, Roman Reigns is so popular and powerful within the company that he is able to scrap. For his family, he's able to have them on both shows because he has that pull on management. So I'm like, cool, easy. And then by proxy, if they're in, then that means whoever the Bloodline's in a feud with can also be on both shows. So
when sometimes, like, I know we kind of poo-poo some level of fantasy booking, and this will be the first tangent, and then we'll get back to it. But to a degree, when it comes to if you're trying to find a reason why they allow something and they don't allow something else, like the big topic right now is, we'll get to it when we get to the match, because then we'll talk about the interim women's championship when we talk about the match,
which is coming. It's a night too.
So we'll save it. Yeah, so we'll just save that for later and move on, because next up is Gunther versus Nick Aldis.
Yeah,
and
man.
Holy fuck, man. First of all, we both knew Gunther was going to win. Everyone should have known that Gunther was going to win.
Yeah, there was no way that wasn't going to happen. Yeah.
This was a match. This was a match for respect. This was a match for pride.
Yeah.
And holy shit, did Aldis look good? And when he said on Chris Van Vliet like that he was told to stay ready.
Yeah.
Like that dude clearly was staying ready. We talked about it last week. We talked about it last week. We're like, listen, we could tell under the suit he's like still obviously working out.
He's always been like busting out of that suit constantly,
This dude, he stayed ready for pretty much 3 years.
And it paid off.
And it
fucking paid off. It's crazy. It's so crazy. So the story, the story of him, he is like, there's nothing wrong. Like, there's no injury. There's nothing. It's not like he's semi-retired. He was just offered a job, and they were like, there isn't really a space for you right now on the roster. Like, there's too many big stars, and you'll get lost in the shuffle. So come be a general manager. Be absolutely true. He fucking took it, and it paid off because look,
he's smart.
His first fucking match was in a stadium against the fucking career killer.
Against a former world champion. Who has ended the career of 3 legends.
Yeah.
No, it's absolutely fantastic, and there's nothing negative that anyone can say about any of this at all without sounding ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because you're not Nick Aldis, so you can't decide what's good and what's best for Nick Aldis. But holy shit, man! And one of the reasons I was the most looking forward to this match was during the pandemic. I started watching NWA Power.
Right. Yeah. Power. Yeah.
Power. Core. And the biggest thing, and I said from day one, and there is proof of this somewhere, probably in one of the Comedians of Wrestling archives.
Yeah.
Shout out Nick Tulo, Supermark Nick Tulo, current reigning and maybe someday defending.
Maybe someday.
Comedians of Wrestling heavyweight champion. When I started watching NWA Power, the first episode, the first thing that they showed was NWA world champion Nick Aldis, who came out onto the set. He told you who he was, and he told you why you should care. And I was like, holy fuck, this was fucking brilliant. This dude knows how to fucking talk, and he knows how to captivate an audience.
Yeah.
So fucking good. Brilliant.
And before we move on, from a very British perspective, and I'm not the biggest fan of Oasis, but if you're born in this country, you just you're born with like the discography of Oasis in your brain. You just kind of know the words. And it's so funny because like when Nick Aldis came out,
Wade Barrett lost his shit.
I know, yeah, but honestly think every British person would have lost their shit, and I lost my shit. And they played Morning Glory, the track Morning Glory, and I was like, how do I know the words? I don't even know why I know the words, but it's one of those bands. It's like, it's growing up in the 90s, Oasis was like the biggest thing in the world, in the UK at the very least. So
it was everywhere. Yeah. You couldn't escape it.
As Wade Barrett and as the Gallagher brothers say, it was biblical, as they say. So
yeah. Well, I think wasn't it Oasis that said they were bigger than Jesus the one time?
Yes,
or no, that was the Beatles.
Oh, the Beatles.
The Beatles did it too.
Yeah, the Beatles did it too. But yeah, I mean, fucking what an entrance with the fucking song. It's crazy. Triple H apparently said in the press conference, he was like, apparently he asked Nick what his like dream theme would be, and they ended up getting it, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
that must have cost a pretty penny though, that's for sure.
Hey man, that's what. If there's ever a reason to spend TKO money, that's the reason to spend TKO money.
Yeah, yeah, right, exactly.
All right, so rewind real quick, because if you'll remember, I think I was surprised. You were right, and I was surprised at the 6-man tag, because I was pretty sure that Bloodline was going to win.
Yes, you said Bloodline. I said team LA Knight's team. Yeah.
Yeah, and we both said Gunther. So right now we're equally correct and surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, though.
Fatal Influence. Bellas and Paige. Match was fine.
Yeah.
I can't, honestly, if I sat here and I couldn't tell you much from the match, but obviously the turn at the end was everything I'd hoped for. I kind of like... We did speak about this a little bit, didn't we? On the pod
we knew it was
week.
coming.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, we knew it was coming. I just thought it was going to. I thought it was going to happen after Paige lost the tag titles from them.
Yeah.
But that which is interesting because Brie and Paige are still technically the women's tag team champions.
No, Fatal Influence beat them like weeks ago.
Oh, wait, that's right. Fatal Influence beat them weeks ago. Fuck. Wow. I'm editing that out. I'm editing that out. That was bad. I totally whiffed at that. For some reason, I don't know why. Anyway, whoo.
Here we are.
It's been a long day.
Yeah, it has been a long day.
Fatal Influence won, so of course I'm ecstatic. As they should have.
Yeah, and I guess so. It's been revealed that Brie got injured, and it's apparently quite a serious shoulder injury in that match. So she's now going to be out for a while. Which I think is fine because now we can just have Paige and Nikki Bella feuding. Which, by the way,
why she didn't. Is that why she didn't join in the beatdown, or she just could have?
She did kind of lay in a few. She laid in a few kicks, but I think she couldn't really move her arms, so it's like that's why Nikki did most of the work.
Well,
but
I mean, that sucks. You never want to hear it. Never want anyone
exactly.
to get injured. But
so that is what it is. But at the very least, hey, we can have Brie Bella on Logan Paul duty with the arm cast, and we can have Nikki Bella versus Paige for a bit.
Or we could just have none of it, and that's just it. And they all just go and let the rest of the women's roster handle things.
I know, right? Yeah, if you told me that Nikki Bella and Paige would be feuding in 2026, I never would have fucking believed you.
You could just let that be the end of the story, and it was like, the end of the story was we beat up Paige one last time.
Yeah, no hate. I just don't. The Bella twins were like, especially were of a certain era, and Nikki's definitely gotten better. Brie has not, unfortunately.
And like I said, it's definitely not for me. I'm not the target audience.
It just feels weird because they're just
story
from a different,
or
they're from a different era, and like when Lita or Trish came back, like they like in a way it was like their heyday was like the last time women's wrestling was like fucking cool.
Yeah.
Right? And so them getting in the mix how it is now, like when they have with modern day women, it's been like it felt right. But the Bella twins don't slot in anywhere on the roster, in my opinion. They just don't.
No, that's the thing. Like I exactly. They would be at the very bottom in my opinion. But
it just doesn't make
and
sense.
that's why we're just going to move on.
Here we are.
That's why we're gonna keep going because
CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship.
As CM Punk said, the main event and there's the main event and there's the match that goes on last.
Yeah.
Which of course I love. There's so much interest in that play because of course CM Punk can say something like that. Especially with Paul Heyman being involved with all of it. It was a good jab, but it was very CM Punk of him
of course,
to say that. And so why not? CM Punk defeating Cody Rhodes via pinfall to retain the undisputed WWE Championship. 30 minutes, 10 seconds. I mean, it was just a great fucking great championship match.
I fucking love this match, man. Like knowing Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, and they love their old school wrestling. It felt like a very old school match, and we had like we had, I think it was Punk's leg was being worked on and Cody's arm was being worked on. So we had like they had both a limb to sell, and they sold it so well the whole match, and like Yeah, and it just really told a really good story. And then obviously we had the return of Randy Orton at the end, which I fucking called last week, which I'm stoked about.
Dude, yep.
Yeah,
You did.
so
You definitely called it.
here we fucking go. We can now rehash the Cody Randy Orton feud without any kind of like championship involved, without any Jelly Roll or Pat McAfee. We can actually just maybe have a bit of the feud that we wanted. So
oh my god, we kind of skipped over that. I'm so glad. Yeah, I'm so glad we're over that.
Yeah, we're out that little forest now, and we're out the other side.
Whatever it was that was making him relevant at the moment has passed. So they don't need to worry about it.
Exactly.
No, fantastic match. There's nothing, 10 out of 10, no notes.
I really enjoyed it. It was fucking great. I had fun.
And, we know there's going to be a lot to talk about on Friday.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah,
it's gonna
majorly.
be,
And final match of night one, Obafemi defeating Brock Lesnar in the Hell in a Cell match. It was announced yesterday on the Pat McAfee show, actually, funny enough. Brock Lesnar did announce that was his last ever match of any combat sport in general. He is done.
That is what that is what has been said.
Yeah.
That he said, yep.
He did say that apparently when he took a big slam from Obafemi at WrestleMania, and he landed on the mat, he was like, okay, I can't do this much more. Fair enough.
Hey, man.
He's a gorilla of a man, but I think he's 49, and I think he might look impressive still, but I think his body is his bump card is full. So
that's the other thing you got, and you also got to remember. He broke his he almost broke his neck,
Yeah,
20 years ago? Yeah, he has put himself through a shit ton of stuff.
Yeah.
I could totally believe it. And he's the kind of guy that absolutely is going to go out, looking good, not go out and get dragged out one too many times.
Yeah, exactly. He went out in a way that you would want to remember Brock Lesnar, and obviously, the match itself was it didn't really need to be in Hell in a Cell. I don't think the cell actually came to play once. Whatever.
I get it from the perspective. They always have said, Triple H has said it a few times, and other people have said it. The Hell in the Cell is meant to end the blood feud,
Yeah.
And it usually works for that. Cody and Seth was a great example of that.
Yeah, and Drew and CM Punk was
Drew and
fucking,
CM Punk, great.
For that. Don't get me wrong.
But they didn't. You're right. They didn't utilize it. Yeah, you're right. They didn't utilize it. I think they were outside the ring once, maybe twice. And that bumps it down a notch, only because it was just a wrestling match inside a Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, it could have just been a street fight or a no holds barred match or something, or unsanctioned. I don't know, something which is. But at the same time, at the same token, I do say that the Hell in a Cell, in a way, you could be well, there's no way out of that cage, right? It's the only cage in WWE which has a roof that only can involve two people. And in a way, it's cool, well, then, in which case, the door's locked. There is no way out of this cage until somebody wins. And in a way, if you look at it in that way, then it makes sense.
That's the yes, and that really was the major purpose, was no shenanigans, no nothing. Yep.
Yeah.
So... and of course, we know Obafemi won.
Yeah.
I don't know whether he was supposed to fall from grace, Brock, on the boards or not, or whether he was.
It seemed that way because when Brock Lesnar landed, he kind of looked around because he was like, "Wait, why am I here?" kind of thing. That's kind of look that it had in his face. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe that's just because Oba couldn't see with him up there with Brock's crotch in his in his face.
It's one of two things. It's either that or Oba was like, obviously has a lot of respect for Brock, and he was like, I know this is how the match is meant to end, but I'm not gonna fucking.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to have this.
And they also I have seen Simon Miller also made the comment. It's like, maybe, if you want to spin it, you can spin it as in, yeah, Brock tombstoned me on the boards and I was able to kick out, and I didn't even need to use that. I just had to get him in my normal finisher on the mat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's how strong I am. So you can, if you want to find an answer to the question, you can make up an answer with very, very basic creativity. That's which is what all these guys do, and they want to turn that into a story. They turn it into a story.
Yeah, fill the blanks, but
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, it obviously ended with Brock like. I definitely surprising. Oba didn't seem like he really knew what was going on. He tried to leave the ring a few times, and I definitely don't think what Brock said was ever once. I think that was planned.
Yeah.
But Brock.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I've never seen a more blatant passing of the torch than pointing at yourself saying, "I am the past. He is the future."
Yeah. Yep.
Like really on the nose. Yeah.
Wow, man.
And end of an era.
So we've had in the past year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
When did Gunter beat Goldberg? Was that last WrestleMania? Or last SummerSlam?
It was at Saturday night's main event of all things.
Saturday night's main event before CM
was
Punk retired, obviously.
Cena. Cena was December. I want to say it was like summer last year. I might be wrong on that, but it was sometime during Cena's retirement year, right? Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So within that time frame, which was last year.
Yeah, I'd say within a year and a half, we've seen the retirement of Goldberg,
John
Lesnar, Cena, AJ Styles,
and AJ Styles, yeah. Damn,
yeah.
That's crazy.
And it's another crazy thing as well. Before we get into night two, is out of that classic OVW group of Cena, Batista, Lesnar, Orton. The only person left is Orton out of that whole class from OVW. Yeah. So that's crazy. He's the last one left, and still looks good. So, that was certainly who?
Wait a second, was Drew part of that class?
No, Drew is much. OVW? Drew came because. They were in OVW in like 2001, 2002, and then Drew didn't debut in the WWE till like 2009, I think. So
okay.
It was like quite a while later. But no, yeah, those are the original kind of like the original crew from OVW that got drafted up in like 2002, 2003, and obviously every single one of them is a first ballot Hall of Famer, multi-time world champion. Yeah, and like probably one of the best like group of talent to come up in one go. But when Orton eventually retires, it truly will be the end of an era. He's like the last guy left from that whole generation of wrestlers.
Yeah, and you got to think it's probably coming pretty.
You got to think it's exactly. It has to be, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey,
Christ.
man.
Yeah. All right.
What a start. Yeah. So for night two, we've got English commentators, Michael Cole and Wade Barrett. Spanish commentators, Marcelo Rodriguez and Jerry Soto. Ring announcer, Lisa Taylor. Referees, Danilo Anfibio, Jason Ayers, Sean Bennett, Adrian Butler, Chip Danning, Eddie Rango, Ryan Tran, and Rod Zapata. I feel like we're losing links to referees.
These are all the new ones. So if you notice that they didn't repeat any referees from night one to night two. We had a whole new range of refs.
So they went through the whole.
So every referee got a match, SummerSlam, which is quite nice. I like that. Yeah.
Interviews Kathy Kelly and Byron Saxton and Jackie Redmond with the pre-show panel nobody watched with Joe Tessitore, Big E, Corey Graves, and Peter Rosenberg. That's not true. Some people watch it, just not us.
Just not us. Yeah.
Just not us.
But they were also on the post show, and I watched the post show, so that's a thing.
That's true. They are on the post show, and I do watch the post show.
There you go. The post show is way more interesting. There's nothing happens on the pre-show.
Well, yeah. No, everything on the pre-show is stuff we already know about. So
yeah, exactly. Night 2, which we thought was going to be Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor, but holy fuck.
It became Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor versus Gunther versus
Kevin motherfucking Owens.
Yeah, so no one could have seen that coming.
First of all, I love that through the Gunther Nick Aldis match, we have a kind of furthering of that storyline where Nick has now maybe gained some form of respect for Gunther, and he's like, okay, I'll put you in the match, which was great, and I quite liked that, and I was happy for that to be it, and that was it. I was like, cool, it's a triple threat now. No way did I think Kevin Owens was coming. Like, there was nothing. There was no rumblings. There was nothing to suggest.
We say that. We do say that, though. However, I have noticed he was popping up on social media more often and, like, backstaging things. Or like, they had, like, a lot of clips from WWE Unreal had Kevin Owens. This season had, like, Kevin Owens.
100%.
Like,
but what I like about this is, like, in the past, where like Seth, for example, has been injured and you didn't know when he was coming back, he wouldn't be around. But the good thing about Kevin is he was on NXT during their Great American Bash thing a few weeks ago. He was backstage and in a few segments. He was he's always at signings. He was like
present, yeah.
He's always kind of there and present, right? So therefore, like, because I know he was at the Fanatics event doing a signing. Because there was this video, actually, I saw where Dominic's doing a signing and he peeks out from behind the curtain and throws something at Dominic and he just says, I hate you. And it's just very Kevin Owens of him. But again, he was around, and it's like, because he's constantly around doing signings, like, it's like, cool, he's kind of on the, in my mind, I was like, right, he's basically around. I was like, he's like Big E then. It's just like Big E. It's like he's around because he still has a job and he's going to do what he can while he's injured.
He's around.
Yeah.
He is round.
He is round, you're right. But then the fact that he actually came back.
I don't know why I just find that so funny right now.
But he is around, and he's round and around. But yeah, the fact that he actually came back is fucking wild and a great, fucking good for him. And Jesus Christ, did he not hold back? My fucking God.
No, yeah, and he is now the number one contender for the undisputed WWE Championships.
That's right, and we get fucking CM Punk Kevin Owens feud, which I'm probably more looking forward to on the microphone. No, we haven't. It's never happened.
We've never seen. This has never happened before.
But with them two being so vicious on the mic, that's what I'm looking forward to with that one. So
dude, yeah, you know what? That is gonna be like scathing. I cannot wait for this.
Yeah, the first face off between them, they could definitely have a very good blood feud, kind of like Punk had with Drew. Like, you could see that.
I think so. Yeah. I think it's interesting. A lot of people could have a blood feud with CM Punk just because they're just mad because it's just easy. Because he'll insult you. He'll find some way to piss you off because that's what he is an agitator. He's always been that. That's always been his
he gets
part
under
of
your
his shtick,
skin.
whether he's
he knows how to get under the skin.
Exactly. Yeah. Then the surprises just keep fucking coming. I mean, not that this was a surprise. We knew Baron Corbin had already returned, but the icing keeps piling onto this cake. Because we have a new WWE United States champion in Baron Corbin.
Hell fucking yeah, we do.
Yeah, and that you don't bring someone back just to bury him or just to have him get beat. I think this was fantastic. Baron Corbin is vicious. Like I said, he's a nasty, grapply, scrappy fucking guy who is. He's dangerous. He's a dangerous human being, and Trick was, and this was one of those. Trick's just a little younger. He's a little too hyped. He's a little he is great, and I love him. But this was a clear story. As story goes, this was a clear case of the younger guy just really, really underestimated Baron Corbin returning and what he was capable of. He did not know. He just did not know what to do, and this is absolutely great.
I'm totally into it.
I don't know if he's a heel. I don't know if he's a face. I think he's just Baron Corbin.
Well,
it's
it's funny, really, if you think on that note, is because obviously, you'd like to think that Baron Corbin is obviously the heel here, but if anything, Trick Williams was using nothing but heel tactics to win with Lil Yachty getting involved. So
Trick's been a heel. Trick's been a heel for Trick was the heel that turned Sammy heel, basically.
Yeah.
because Trick was just so over. He doesn't do anything that a face would do. He's self-centered. He's egotistical. He's materialistic.
But everything you're saying right now is late 90s The Rock.
Absolutely.
It's that DNA. It's that DNA, man.
But
it's the same
and they
thing.
love it. But also everything that is also Ric Flair. Everything
you're right.
is. It is the. I don't want to mean stereotypical, but it is the what do they call it in D&D? The trope. He is a trope, and that's not a negative. That's not a negative. That's just he's really, really good at that type of a character,
and that's great because honestly, there's no one else on the roster. There's no one else on the roster really doing that. So
no, exactly. There isn't anybody else doing that. Yeah.
And two things I would do with Trick now moving forward from this. I would he's so good on the mic, and I feel like Lil Yachty is just distracting away from that. I would drop that act. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, it's certainly not for me.
Yeah, and I think as well, the way you easily can do it is you could easily suggest that Lil Yachty cost Trick Williams this match. It's his involvement that caused him to lose.
Well,
in a way.
yeah. Yep. So
he
might be done with them Friday.
Let's sack him off, and then I would have Trick Williams win the Money in the Bank briefcase. Boom.
Yep.
That's my vote, because just take him to the top. Just fuck it. Just inject him into the main event picture. He can come back down. He doesn't have to stay there, but let's see how he does.
Yeah. Yep. And I think when he wins the Money in the Bank, he goes after the World Championship and moves over to Raw. Because he's so fucking over, let Raw have a little bit of him for a while. That's the reason why I like the brand splits and the different and some semblance of division, is because then it does make it important when the other person comes over, and you can have individual stories as to why, So anyway, fantastic. We have a new United States champion. Cannot wait to see where this goes. Next up is probably the best feeling match, the feel good match of the weekend, I think. And any ladder match for anything is always going to have, is always going to be fantastic.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we did it, We did it. Chelsea Green is the new interim WWE Women's Champion.
Yeah. Fucking great.
Yeah. There's, we don't need to go through play-by-play, but it was just a fantastic, that end, the end and the multiple teases. And you could have said, you could have easily had anybody win this match. And be legitimate, I would say, except Lash Legend, because everybody else is a former champion already.
For sure, so, but even because because it's an interim WWE Championship, Like
It
Lash
would've-
Legend
yeah.
still wouldn't have been the worst. And plus, when Rhea
Right.
got back and you had Rhea versus Lash, who's a much bigger person than she is, it would have been David versus Goliath situation. So it wouldn't have been the worst.
It certainly
thing
could have. Yeah. It would have worked. I just think from if you were going to rank them as far as
oh yeah,
who
you would
deserves
definitely put
you
Lash
know.
at the bottom. Yeah, for sure.
I would put Chelsea at the top, and
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't. You know what? Honestly, if I was going to order it, I would put Charlotte Flair at the bottom.
Yeah.
Jade above her, Tiffany in the mid. Well, yeah, Lash in the middle, Tiffany, and then Chelsea. But yeah, I was very grateful because I had Chelsea Green in my and she was pretty much she was the one that put me
honestly,
over.
like she's
Yeah.
the last. In fact, she's the last person that got you points in the whole thing.
Yeah, she was. Yep, that was because that was my last chance to get points.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go.
Yeah.
She got you that win.
Yeah.
And it's crazy
Chelsea
because
Green.
if Penta had beat Chad Gable, then I would have won the whole thing. So it's crazy how that all worked out.
Yeah. And I think also if Seth would have beaten Roman, Dan would have won.
Yeah, I think so. So crazy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But yeah, good for Chelsea Green, and yeah, I'm intrigued to see where this will go. And it's funny actually in the post show, see if anyone's watched Unreal. I think last season 2 of Unreal, there's a famous part where Michael Hayes says that Chelsea Green should never be a women's champion. She shouldn't be the women's champion. She should be the kind of person that women's champions like beat to further their stock, basically.
Yeah.
So
Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green dedicated her match to Michael Hayes in the post show, which I think is brilliant.
Of course, because that's great. That's great for the internet.
Exactly, and that's exactly what it fueled.
But that's the other thing. It's like I knew when that came out. I'm like, yeah, man, you're being worked. You're all being
yeah, exactly.
worked here.
I know it's Unreal. I think Unreal is like it's both.
I mean,
it's both real and it's Unreal.
Right. The title says it right there. It's like this is just it's behind the scenes stuff, but it's still blurring the line, and they're purposefully showing you things to further
that they want you to see. Yeah, so when when you got things like CM Punk and AJ Styles, so when you got things like CM Punk and AJ Lee talking about their dog passing away, that's real life.
Yeah.
But when you got things about Michael Hayes saying that he never thinks Chelsea Green should be a champion, that's going to do nothing but fuel people online to go, no, she should be a champion, and then
that was the goal because it's prove me wrong or prove me right. Because if people didn't go on the internet and flip out about old out of touch Doc Hendricks, then they would have known that he was. Well, then obviously people must agree with that.
I totally forgot about Doc Hendricks.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Doc Hendricks. All right, so yeah, there's gonna be a lot. Cannot wait for Friday to see the celebration for that.
I'm actually looking forward. I mean, Raw was fantastic, so good.
Yeah.
It felt like a post-Mania Raw, but I'm really looking forward to SmackDown this week. There's so much to get sunk into there.
All right, Danhausen, Dominic Mysterio, Human Money's on a pole match.
Yep.
I think this ends the Danhausen Judgment Day saga.
Yeah,
maybe not.
100%. I mean, well, we saw Dominic and JD on Raw. They're getting involved in the Intercontinental Championship situation. That's good.
Yep.
I think Danhausen. This is great. It was a good end to whatever, and obviously now the money's been thrown away, right? So he's given all the money away, so there's no money to win now or get back. So
I think they can safely move on from this without dragging it out. You don't even have to say anything else about it anymore. You can just this is one of those storylines that can just end and you move on. Exactly.
But what I would do now is just cool off on Danhausen a bit. I think we're over Danhausen just a touch, and I think
are we oversaturating Hausen?
Yes, we're oversaturating Hausen. Exactly. So
I would say we're getting close. We're definitely close to that line. But I think this was also part of it was, well, yeah, keep this as a marquee thing because he's so over. There are people that are
100%. They've done all
in.
the right things, and he also deserved to be on this card and everything like that. But I just think that being close to oversaturating him is the right time to call him off before you start oversaturating.
Yeah.
So
actually, I don't think
like,
so. We didn't see him on Raw at all.
He wasn't on Raw, and that's exactly what I wanted. I didn't
Raw.
want to see him because I was like, sweet, let's call it off for a bit, and the next time he pops up, people will get excited again. So I think that's the kind of character that needs that cooling off period. Not for long. I mean, like 2 weeks would be good, and then they bring it back. Like yeah. But yeah, that went exactly as expected. Oh yeah, El Torito has returned apparently as Torito Hausen.
Torito Hausen. Yeah,
what
that was
the
good.
fuck?
Good to see him. Yeah,
that's crazy, right?
Dude.
I did not expect that.
Yeah, that was Anyway, it's worth the watch. That's goofy wrestling. It's great.
There's a space for it in this world,
and I think that's what we both. I think we both were right on that.
We both said Danhausen. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember who thought Chad was going to win or who thought Penta was going to win.
Oh, he both said Chad. I mean, if Chad wasn't going to win this match, then fucking he would never win a singles championship in his career.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess I was surprised he won by submission. But maybe not.
True.
I mean, I guess he should. He's a wrestler. He's
but he's a technician. Like he should be making people tap. Like
yes, exactly.
In my opinion, there's
he's mini Kurt Angle kind of thing. You know,
exactly.
I mean, obviously he took up the All-American Kurt Angle-ish.
Yeah, he's definitely got that Kurt Angle vibe, and he's a former Olympian. With tap outs, in my opinion, if Chad Gable was facing another submission artist and he made them tap, I think that lowers the stock of that wrestler. But when it's like a luchador tapping out, I'm like, it makes sense. That's not his ballpark. Yeah,
right. And you're literally stopping them from moving, and their entire thing is about them moving.
Yeah. So to me, the psychologically, that makes sense. Like it doesn't lower Penta's stock at all.
And it's always good. Because submission moves can become a hindrance with larger opponents. Like Chad Gable trying to put the ankle lock on someone like Big Cass might be harder because he's so big and Chad's small comparatively that he doesn't have he might not have the torque or whatever. Anyway, great match. I don't want to take too much time on it because we are rolling hot and long already. Wow.
I will say though, like hello.
Hello.
I will say, like, Penta's reign was like 150 odd days long, and like he defended that that championship 10 times. That's a good reign, man. That's a good reign. So good. For him.
Absolutely. And he can stick around the mid card still too. He doesn't have to be pushed up into the lower main card yet. He can. Yeah. I see some tag team. I really think maybe he's going over to SmackDown. And then
Lucha
him and
Bros
his brother revive
situation.
the Lucha Bros. Yeah. I think that'd be great. I think that'd be great for help with the tag division too. That is definitely needed. All right.
For sure.
Main event. The main event. This was everything we wanted and more. I don't know. Yeah. Longest match of the weekend, of course.
Yeah, and, of course, as it should have been.
Yeah. No shenanigans. A clean fight from start to finish.
And there was a ref bump, but it didn't play into anything.
Yeah.
Like,
there wasn't even shenanigans when the ref was down.
Yeah, and that's what I love about this Roman Reigns reign is the fact that the last time he held a championship, it was always like the bloodline, constantly getting involved. This reign, he's won every match fair and square. He's proving to the world that he is that good.
Yeah,
and I fucking love it. It's good shit. This match was like, we keep going on like for years now, but the whole cinematic thing in wrestling, and this was cinematic. It really just fucking poetic and beautiful, and everything was just so good about this, man. Like,
absolutely,
the whole thing with the chair, like Roman finally not giving in to the spot. Like, obviously Seth was like baiting him in, and Seth's reaction to that, and then obviously the tribute to the Shield at the end with the mask and everything. Oh fuck, dude, what a fucking match!
Yeah, it was. Yeah, all of that.
Yeah,
it's
definitely one I'll be watching again soon. Much like Roman Reigns and Punk from WrestleMania. That match.
Yeah,
I think,
that's one of those matches that you want to rewatch.
Yeah.
You can rewatch it over and over.
As it stands currently, I like sitting here in August. Like, Punk and Reigns is my favorite match of the year so far. The year's not out yet, but that's sitting up top, and I think Reigns and Seth is probably my second at the moment. So
it'd be pretty neck and neck right there.
Yeah, they're just fucking brilliant. And who's the common denominator right there? It's Reigns.
Roman Reigns. Yep.
Cementing himself as, not like he didn't before with that crazy title reign, but he really is cementing himself as one of the best of all time. Period.
Yeah.
So,
hands down.
I give this match, I fucking give it a 20 out of 20. I just fucking enjoyed it. I just had a good time. That's what I'd rate this event.
You're giving it the WrestleMania 40 20 out of 20.
Yeah, I think so.
I
don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Now you said that. Now you're.
I mean, I can't give it a perfect 20 only because of the lack of use of the cell. In the Oba versus Brock.
All right, you've pulled me back.
But a 19, but a 19.
A 19 is a solid number. Yeah, no. Yeah. 20's too much. 20s needs to be reserved for those iconic, you'll never forget it moments. And the main event definitely did have that for sure. But WrestleMania 40 is kind of like, we were fucking there, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah,
we were there.
Yeah, remember that? We were there. We were
fucking there. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. 19. Still a fucking great score though. I really enjoyed it. So
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey,
there we go.
Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Just a little over an hour, but
that's fine.
But I mean, it was 2 nights SummerSlam. Yeah, it was pretty big. There was a lot to talk about.
12 matches.
I have no idea what we're going to talk about next week, but we'll figure it out by next week.
We sure will. You know what? We should try. Let's try and figure out an old wrestling pay-per-view / show to watch. We haven't done that in a fucking long time.
Something. Yeah, let's roll back into some archives. We'll think.
Yeah. And I've got all I do on my lunch break at work now is watch wrestling, so I can easily work that into my day. That won't be a problem.
All right.
Let's do it. Let's figure that out.
Well, I'm going to move shout-outs back to the end again because I wasn't quite happy with how shout-outs in the beginning kind of worked. So we're going to do it now.
Okay, cool.
Again, shout-out to Wikipedia. Support Wikipedia. That is where we get the majority of our information. That's what we were reading today. Shout-out to Al, 2K and Kaylee, 2K UK, WWE 2K26. Once again, the greatest WWE 2K game of all time. As voted by me, available everywhere. Old
and
Glory, iconic. What? Wait, what?
You said as voted by me, and I said and me too.
On you too, yeah, and you too. Yeah. So as voted by us, yeah. So 100%, 10 out of 10. Old Glory, iconic music and sports fan merch, 15% off your entire order at oldglory.com. Discount code PTW and Liqueur Hangover Prevention Gummies, 20% off your entire order. Liqueur.com. Use code PTW. All right. You can interact with us on social media, Instagram and Threads at Punks Talk Wrestling, youtube.com/Punks Talk Wrestling, or email us at punkstalkwrestling@gmail.com. All right. That's really it. For real.
That's really fucking it, huh?
Yup.
Well, shit.
Wrap it up. Put a bow on it.
Wrap it up. Always wear protection. I see you. Bye.